Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the Uncrowned Diaries. Today I want to talk about something we're all going to go through in this pageant. And I called it, I cried in my lashes today. And for some girls, this will be more frequent than others. For others, they may just do it once or twice. But regardless, it's going to happen at some point. And that's when you have a great big ugly cry. And when this happens, sometimes it's very easy to feel like you're weak or that you're failing in some way, because especially in the pageant world, we're taught to be composed, to be polished, to be strong. And so when we break down, we look at it as a form of some kind of failure, and it's not. So remember that your emotions, especially when you have cries and breakdowns, this is first of all a release for your body. It's a healthy thing to have happen. And second of all, it's a way for you to get some data about how you're feeling on the inside. And when you're truly pressured, there are moments where you're going to feel weak, where you're going to feel very sensitive. And it's okay to cry, and it's okay to feel your feelings. And I found it really interesting because one of the things that happened was we had these group chats, especially for contestants that are further away. In Miss Universe Canada, a larger number of the contestants tend to come from the province of Ontario, whereas some of the other more distant provinces, so to speak, the ones like Alberta or BC, we're a little bit more removed. Manitoba, Nova Scotia, like we're a little bit more removed. So the girls tend to sort of come together a little bit more, I would say, because there's fewer of us. And it also depends, of course, individually on whether girls want to connect or not. But for the girls who did want to connect, and I'm someone who believes in connection, I reached out to as many people, other delegates as I could, connected on social media platforms, made friends, the ones that you'll gravitate towards individuals that you tend to get along with more or share a similar value system, etc. And what I found was a lot of times the girls will ask you, how you doing? How's prep going? And what I realized eventually was that they are genuinely asking about, how do you feel right now? How are you feeling in the process? So I don't think it's so much the logistics of the situation. Sometimes it is like, oh my God, I'm so excited I found my dress. Or I just got my new hair done and I absolutely love it. I figured out my look, my pageant look, or what I'm gonna do. That part is there too. Or did you figure out these pair of shoes and I'm still looking for mine? Chinese laundry, by the way. But a lot of times when girls are asking each other, how's it going? They're asking about the emotional side of it because we're all going through it. Every single girl at some point in this journey is going to have a moment where they just want to break down and cry. Either something's not gone as planned, they're feeling really overwhelmed, getting closer and closer to the date, certain things creep up, they see other girls who seemingly have it all together and they don't, and there's a whole host of things that happen. Just to give you an example from mine, things on social media are going really smoothly for me because it's on social media, because of course you're sharing the best of the best. Behind closed doors though, there was just so much going on just in the last 4 weeks. In the last 4 weeks of this journey, by the way, we're 1 week away from pageants. Like today is the 26th and everything kicks off on the 31st. That's when I leave, I head out. So less than a week, 5 days. Anyways, the point being is, in the last 4 weeks, I had just one hit after the other. First, it was the car accident. I totaled my car. I walked away miraculously. After that, it was something happened with work, with my patients, and that was another big blow. I had to manage it. Then one of my biggest fundraisers fell apart literally 36 hours before it was supposed to happen, and I had to scramble to get everything done. And then that really impacted how my funding and everything went, and I had to figure all that stuff out. Then my dresses, I hadn't found the suits that I wanted to wear for my interview yet. And then I finally got those suits together because of course now I didn't even have a car, so I wasn't mobile. Then my trainer just dropped out, just disappeared. And I was just like, what is going on? I really need to get myself into shape, and this last month really counts for something. And that fell off the wagon as well. And then I had a family crisis happen, and it was just one thing after the other. And I really hope it's come to an end. But I've got 5 days, and surprises and the magic never stops. It's quite possible that potentially other things that could go wrong. But when I spoke to a friend of mine, a good friend who's following my journey on social media, and she's like, hey, how's it going? When I talked to her and I told her all this, she was like, I had no idea. I didn't have any idea any of this was happening. And I was just like, yeah, this has all just happened in the last couple of weeks. And what I'm trying to say to you is that it's okay to have some cries, as long as you just don't cry and give up, and you don't think you're alone in it, because every girl is facing something similar, and every girl is crying at some point. And so when a girl asks you, another pageant sister asks you, how are you doing? It's okay to say, well, you know what, this is going well, but this isn't. I had a really good cry today, or a few days ago, I broke down. I almost wanted to quit. It's okay to say that for 2 reasons. Number one, you're being honest about how you're feeling. And in that honesty and that vulnerability comes something new. And also, you're probably helping another fellow pageant sister understand that she's not alone, and she's not the only one who cried in her lashes the day before. So it's okay to cry. Use it as feedback, use it as data, use it as a way to take all of that outside of yourself so that you can be whole again. You can get back on your horse and just keep on riding. Okay? So long story short, it's okay to cry in your lashes several times. Just make sure you're gonna dab those eyes, gonna get back on your horse. You're gonna give your time to feel your feelings, not just seal it up and cover it like it didn't happen. Feel your feelings, figure out why you're feeling that way, but then get up and move ahead, because that's what the journey is all about. It's about facing challenges, understanding that they are in fact challenges. You are allowed to cry about them. You're completely entitled to do so. You're not a weak person for doing it, because weak people still feel their feelings, but they get, and strong people still feel their feelings. But the difference is the strong people feel their feelings, deal with it, face their challenges, and then keep going. And by the way, at any point of this journey, if it ever gets so overwhelming for you that it is not serving your mental health, it is okay to take a break. It is okay to take a step back. It is okay to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I started on this journey, but right now there's just too many things stacked up that I'm not feeling that this is the right thing for me to do. And there's bravery in that too. Only you can make that call as to when it is time to push and move forward, and when it's time to acknowledge, hey, I need a break, and I'll come back and finish this some other time. And that's fine as well. So it's okay to cry in your lashes, and it's okay to feel your feelings. Feel them. It's not a sign of weakness. It's just data. It's just your body giving you feedback, and be thankful for that feedback.